We just got a ton of new Pokopia gameplay and concept art, and I am here to break down the new things we know about Game Freak's Animal Crossing Minecraft Poke Delight. The mysterious Pikachu and Mosslax have been revealed, which I will forensically go over in their own chapters, and honestly, it's looking more and more like Pokopia could be one of the best Pokemon spin-offs since Pokemon Go, but I digress, so let's get on with it. We already know that Pokopia is set after all the humans in the land have mysteriously disappeared. Not just years after, but decades after by the looks of things. Professor Tangrowth has glasses around their neck along with a head disc that looks like a stereotypical doctor's one. Could it be that Tangrowth has memories of doctors, of working in a lab that someone like Professor Oak would have run? Tangrowth also unusually has white hair like most professors in the mainline games. Tangrowth is usually blue all over, so this white hair could be either because they're old or they're imitating a professor, or, what's probably most likely, a bit of both. Professor Tangrowth has been lonely for a long time, pacing around the remnants of a town. In the most recent gameplay footage, we can see a horsey fountain, books on the ground, and ruined Pokemon Center. Ditto's Pokeball also appears rather mysteriously, just out of nowhere. And, this hits me real hard, the Pokedex that Ditto uses once belonged to their trainer. Pokeballs are all over the place in the most recent glut of gameplay. I assume that whereas you find most Pokemon in the wild, some can be freed from these Pokeballs. Let's try not to think about how long they've been stuck inside of them. Anyway, so far I've spotted both red and white pillars of light coming from these Pokeballs, which could indicate different types of rarity. Pretty haunting to think that these Pokeballs could have been left over from the time of humans, abandoned for decades since. Pokemon hide in tall grass as per usual, but it's not just down to you to find them. Other Pokemon will essentially play hide and seek with them, telling on their hiding place honestly so you don't miss them. Each Pokemon not only has a specific environment that they require to show themselves, but also a specific time and weather. So, these symbols show that timber can appear at any time of day during sunny, cloudy, or rainy weather. There are a handful of ways you can go from a basic friend to Pokemon to an advanced friend to Pokemon. After you make Pokemon comfortable, or after you get them to even show up in the first place, they'll give you requests. Basically, mini-quests. Completing these will increase your friendship with Pokemon, in turn, probably leading to new requests. Pokemon look like they have a variety of different needs too, one of them being relaxation, as items in crafting can fall under this category. Pokemon could be like Sims with different needs like comfort, relaxation, food, etc., having to be fulfilled for them to reach maximum happiness. Long grass is the most predictable place for Pokemon to hide, and with rarer Pokemon comes rarer prerequisites for them to manifest. So, Executor looks to be summoned by a big palm tree, possibly in this shaded beach area. Larvitar by what looks like a moss sleeping bag or mossy area, and Vespiquen in a large bed of flowers surrounded by fences. Creating specific environments isn't the end of making your Pokemon happy though. This one bit implies that Slowpoke needs a smooth ground to walk on, potentially because they are so slow that they need a perfectly smooth floor because it would take hours to overcome even the slightest bump. Pokopia is going to have our cursed but well-meaning Ditto build their own town to house all of these wandering Pokemon. In this shot, we can see signs behind the mirror Ditto is using, potentially indicating that there are set building sites, rather than being able to build wherever you want like you can in a game like Minecraft. Each house comes with a mailbox, which, yes, means letters may arrive when the infrastructure is set up, Dragonite run perhaps, but also a useful way to remind yourself which Pokemon lives where, which is how mailboxes function in Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing. Zooming out from buildings to the towns themselves, there's a lot going on. Orchards have been shown off with multiple types of berry on display: pecha berries, lum berries, roast berries, chesto berries, and leper berries, as well as what looks like either greppa or citrus berries in the distance. Ditto has to eat leper berries to recover its power points, which you probably use to execute actions that take a bit more effort. And the sheer range of berries in Pokopia must mean that certain Pokemon have a specific berry they prefer. Finally, there's a bell looming above the horsey fountain in the distance. Rather than being an alarm like for villagers in Minecraft, which would imply there's a threat, which would be dark, though not surprised considering there's a dead child Pokemon, I wonder if this bell is for calling the town's Pokemon together for a meeting, or celebration if you're a glass half full kind of entity. With towns come either water wheel or windmill generated electricity and power lines. This shot has Ditto placing power lines, so rather than electric Pokemon doing their thing, it looks like there's definitely a power infrastructure at work, which is more depth than I expected from Picopia. Thanks to concept art released with the latest peek we got of Picopia, we know that Mosslax is the name of the mossy Snorlax sleeping at the end of the trailer. I think this is a Snorlax that's been sleeping for so long in the same position that moss has grown over them, meaning they could be the last bastion of knowledge about where all the humans went, if they were alive during that period. Good luck waking them up though. This Pikachu, also thanks to the concept art, has been given a name, Peakychu. Peaky in British slang is a way to say someone's looking ill. If you're looking a bit peaky, it means that you look like you're coming down with something. This Pikachu, I think, might be a ghost. She glows, the heart-shaped tail indicates this Pikachu is female, is a very faint yellowish white and looks sad. Like Mosslax, could she remember what happened to the humans before they disappeared long ago? Appearing alongside these mysterious, spooky-looking lamps, she's definitely giving me a ghost vibe. Perhaps she's only seen at night, which, come to think of it, is the one time of day Game Freak hasn't shown off yet. And this Smeargle here is called Smearguru. They have a mini paint moustache, adorable, and look to have an artistic temperament. I think, as they obviously have a penchant for painting, they might be able to immortalise your achievements on canvas. Whatever their function is, I love their Meg the Stallion core tongue. And these are just some random cute details I spotted that I think will bring you joy. The bobber for the fishing rod is a Pokeball, there's a bit of furniture shaped and coloured like Porygon, and the Ditto, Lapras and Dragonite transformations not only have Ditto's classic head empty expression, but if you look closely you can see a drip on each doppelganger, on Lapras's shell and Dragonite's belly. Adorable. It wouldn't be a video from yours truly without pointing out something cursed, so here we go. Ditto's backpack is not actually a backpack, but part of Ditto's body, because whatever Ditto swallows goes straight into the backpack, like a cursed reverse kangaroo pouch. Ditto's clothes are lies, basically, and to reinforce the fact that it's Ditto all the way through, its zip has Ditto's smiley face, because the zip is flesh, just like the rucksack. Okay, finished now. Those are 12 new things you need to know about Pokopia. I am so excited for this game to come out. It's honestly the antidote to the year that I didn't think I needed, but turns out I do. If you like this video, please do like it and subscribe to Eurogamer for more videos about Pokopia and more videos about video games as we drop a new one almost every single day. Now, I am going to go and continue memorising all the Pokemon by heart. I am now on Gen 6, I think. So, I'll see you folks next time.